Historic 24 hours in South Africa. The country has a new president after Jacob Zuma's decades-old reign came to an end. Cyril Ramaphosa was confirmed as his successor, and the unionist-turned businessman inherits a long list of difficulties plaguing the country: corruption, struggling economy, looming water crisis in Cape Town. All must be addressed. Siso Ntosa is the chief executive of South Africa Tourism. Joins me now. Good to see you.
How are you doing, Richard?
You're going to keep your job?
Absolutely.
Have you already been on to the president to make sure that the new president is going to keep you in there?
I hope so. You know, when I left, I had a different president. When I go back home next week, we've got a new president, as we said. But we're all looking forward to it. I think it's a new generation, regeneration of South Africa, and I'm sure it'll kick butt.
When we look at tourism, South Africa tourism is one of the absolute beauty spots.
Yeah.
And yet, the government interferes. It's interfered with South Africa tourism. It's interfered with the airline. It's interfered with strategy. What do you now want from this new president and from this new government?
Well, it's essentially understanding that tourism has such huge potential in terms of getting the economy of South Africa up and running. We are diversifying ourselves of the natural resources, commodities and everything else. And tourism is the next lever that we want to pull along. Key here is about coordination. We need all the different facets of government actually working together to make sure that we can clear the path.
You also need ministerial assistance that doesn't interfere on the grounds of politics.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
Absolutely. It's the alignment. I think that's the key thing.
Yeah, but the tourism brief has often been used as a sinecure, a place to put people, a place to meddle.
Yeah, yeah. Well, look, I mean, as I say, we're evolving as an economy, and we are weaning ourselves off, the natural resources, the mining and side of things. And really now you start to see a big focus around doing more around tourism. And everyone's worried about the fourth industrial revolution, where tourism is a natural mitigator of that because it's very labor intensive. And that's the space we're focusing on.
So what campaigns will you be looking at to move forward?
Absolutely. It's about making sure that we profile South Africa as a desirable tourism destination globally. Also making sure that we showcase the entire country. I mean, we've got 9 beautiful states or provinces that we want to showcase, and all of them offer something different from that perspective. So whether you're a first-timer, Cape Town, the big destinations, or you've been there 4 or 5 times to see other places.
How worried are you by the water problem in Cape Town? Particularly, of course, I mean, you're coming out of your high season now, of course, as the winter comes to an end in the Northern Hemisphere. But the publicity has not been good on this.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, it's a definite issue. We're in a water crisis. That said, however, is that, Cape Town is not unique. We've seen big destinations around the world. Los Angeles, Sao Paulo, even Beijing as an example. However, Cape Town has the opportunity to lead and really benchmark or recalibrate in terms of how the modern-day tourist responds to water issues around the world.
I've been to South Africa, as you know, many times over many years, and it is one of the greatest places in the world for a tourist. Mm-hmm. But I always feel that the tourism strategy never reaches its true potential, that there's always more that can be eked out.
And that's precisely the point. The focus now is to make sure that we get more from it. As I said, we've been very much reliant on resources. I mean, it's been a continental play in that respect. And now we're really pulling the lever from that perspective there.
And you'll still be in a job?
Of course. I mean, that's a space that's growing, and we want to bring more into it.
No, I mean the president's going to keep you.
I hope so, unless you know something I don't know.
Well, I'll tell you later after the programme.
Thank you.
Good to see you, sir.
Yes, thank you.